life is real short. So you add up all your traveling, add up all your sleeping, add up all your school, add up all your entertainment, you've probably been half your life doing nothing. So what am I'm 35 years old. 30 more years, I'll be 65. We don't have no more influence. We can't do nothing much at 65. Your wife will tell you that. So what I'm saying, when you're 65, ain't too much more to do. So did you know I'll be 65 in 30 more years? In those 30 years, I have to sleep 9 years. I don't have 30 years of daylight. I have to travel back to America, take 6-7 miles. All my traveling, probably 4 years of traveling in the next 30 years, about 9 years of sleeping, television, movies, entertainment, about 3 years of entertainment. Out of 30 years, I might have about 16 years to be productive. So it's how we can all break individual lives down. What am I going to do in the next 16 years? What's the best thing I can do? Get ready to meet God. Owning real estate, going in business, teaching boxers, that won't get me to heaven. How many here believe there's a supreme being, believe there's a God? How many believe there's some power that made the sun, the moon, the stars? How many believe that this stuff didn't just come out here? Somebody wiser than us made it. How many believe there's a God?
You continue to be unafraid of this, man.
Yeah, I'd like to say something right here. You know, Cassius Clay, yes.
Why do you want to say Cassius Clay when Howard Cosell and everybody is calling you Muhammad Ali? Now, why you got to be one of all people whose color to keep saying Cassius Clay?
Howard Cosell is not the one's going to fight you. I am.
You make it really hard on yourself now.
Well,
Why don't you keep the thing in the sport angle? Why don't you call me my name, man?
Well, what's your name? You told me your name was Cassius Clay a few years ago.
I never told you my name was Cassius Clay. My name is Muhammad Ali, and you will announce it right there in the center of that ring after the... Do it now.
For the benefit of this broadcast, him. All right?
You just acting just like an old Uncle Tom. Another Floyd Patterson. I'm going to punish you.
You ain't got no...
Back off.
Don't call me no Uncle Tom.
That's what you are, Uncle Tom.
Why are you going to call me Uncle Tom? I ain't gonna...
You heard me. Just back off of me.
And so, ladies and gentlemen, as the two contestants prepare for battle right now,
back off.
Another interview has been recorded for posterity as the two gentlemen continue to promote the fight. Perfect, that's it. Come on. Keep shooting.
Fight.
Knock him out, he should go in after. What's my name? The fight is over. I'm going to be going.
Early round 137, Muhammad Ali 148.
As you can see, an overwhelming, unanimous decision
the undisputed
for the champion
of the world, Muhammad Ali.
But I mean, you're a public figure, and you're one of those public figures who...
Did you say nigger?
No, I said a public figure.
I thought you said you're a public nigger.
Would I dare say that?
Figure.
That's right, figure.
Oh, I thought... Oh, so I hit you, man. You didn't say you're a public figure. I thought you said public nigger.
No,
Okay.
public figure. And also, you're one of the public figures. You don't hide from your public. You walk around. You talk to people. You meet people. That's right. Have you ever thought about being assassinated?
Didn't I read your mind?
You did.
See? I wrote a poem. Better far from all I see, to die fighting to be free. What more fitting end could be? Better that I say my sooth. I'd rather die demanding truth while I'm still akin to youth. Better now that I made own, now that fear of death is gone, never mind another dawn. If I get shot, or something happened to me, it'd have to be because somebody don't like me for what I believe and represent things.
Yes, sir.
And I'd die for them.
You would.
And let me tell you, if somebody want to get you, see, in the Holy Quran, the Islamic Bible, it says, not one soul comes on earth without the permission of Allah, God. Not one soul leaves without the permission. When you die, it's time. So I don't believe that it's time for me to die in that way. If it is, then I welcome. Because if you're the president and somebody really wanted you, I don't care how much you have security, if somebody would give their life for you, they'd come up and say, give me your autograph. And just take me, don't care. So when a person don't care for his life, you dead. So how can I worry about all the people in the world, all the countries who want me? I don't know. If it happens, it's God's will. If I ride an airplane, I'm not scared of nothing. And I fly every day and I hate them.
You still hate them?
Man, we got in a thunderstorm a couple of weeks ago, and that plane went up, went down, the wings did that, and the back tail of the plane shook, and I almost knew it was going to split and crack. Could you imagine a plane cracking up while you're not dead yet and it split, and you flying out, and you're out there, you're flying through the clouds, and you're waiting to hit the ground, It's a bad feeling.
You never lost that fear of flying?
I know I fear it, but I always wonder what would happen if something happened.
Yeah.
So I don't worry about dying.
Do you have a bodyguard? Do you have...
No.
You don't?
I got one bodyguard. He has no eyes, though he sees. He has no ears, though he hears. He remembers everything with the aid of mind and memory. When he wishes to create a thing, he just orders it to be and it comes into existence. But this order is not conveyed in words, which takes a tongue to formulate, or which sound carries ears. He hears the secrets of those under quiet thoughts. He stops those who's that? That's God, Allah. He's my bodyguard. He's your bodyguard. He's the supreme, the wise. So if I can't depend on him, if I get a bodyguard, I'm telling God, I don't trust you. I'm telling God, I'm watching for everybody. He gets at the gun, I'll watch for somebody. No. Allah is my God. They took off the pants, they took off the miniskirts, they wear the long robes down, the headpieces, they're just like the Muslims in America, and they follow him through his word. So what I'm saying to you is what I have heard, what I'm saying, I don't know who I'm influencing until they themselves stand up.
What's wrong with miniskirts? What's wrong with hot pants?
Well, see, this is a European design thing, but righteous people, you go to Saudi Arabia and tell a woman to put on miniskirt. Go to Zaire, Africa, and have the women put on short dresses. They'd be fine, they're locked up. Go to Pakistan, or go to all throughout black Islamic Muslim countries. Number one, I have a wife and she's walking around with a skirt up to here. And then what's happening? Well, why do I want everybody to see her? What's the man? People looking and winking, they lusting for her, all kind of freaks and no good people on the streets. Why do I want my wife? She came bent over because the panties show if the wind blow. It shows the behind. Cows and animals and mules, human beings don't walk with the behind out. Savages walking with the behinds out. And my wife's behind ain't for every man to look at. You understand, sir? It makes a lot of sense. So how can I protect my woman if I'm walking down the street, she's half naked, and some sadist run up and grab her? Hell, I shouldn't have put out there. If I got merchandise I want to sell, I put them in the window for you to see. So if I want my wife, why do I want everybody to see my wife? What's private? What's mine? Everybody looking at her. Which means what's wrong with it? How can you have a wife or somebody you love? Anything God made precious, nature hides it. You cannot find diamonds easy. You have to dig and dig and dig. Then you got to work to clean them. You cannot, you cannot find, listen, you cannot find gold. Everything God made valuable, he made it hard to get. Pearls, rubies, and ain't my oil. You have to dig, and half the time it don't strike. Everything God created that was valuable, he made it hard to get to. Ain't my woman more important than some diamonds and some oil and some gold when she's the field which produced my sons and daughters? Why should she walk around all nude in all of these design clothes? Her breasts is out. She's on the beach wearing clothes that show more than her panties when she go to bed. That's right. People don't just might as well come out with a brassiere on and her panties. She'd be more covered up than she do in the European style with just something covering up her nipple and just a little old G-string over, and she's walking out on the beach naked. These are savages. How am I have my daughter, my wife, or my woman walk around for her man? Ooh, look, I could do. Boy, if I could get to her. And listen, what I want that for? She's mine. What you mean, what's wrong with walking around half naked? That don't look bad to you because you're of the European nature, and the black people are righteous. And the Europeans have made them unrighteous.
But look, I mean, before you go on, there are lots of black tribes who nudity is their dress. They walk around naked. There's nothing wrong in that either.
They don't look at it like you do, and I don't know enough about them. They were savages.
They're not savages.
Yes,
there's some very... Well, we were all savages at once.
They were savages, and we don't style after them. We're talking about the ones who went out into the jungles and who started living a beach-like life. We know all about the history of Africa and how it started and this and that, but there are the civilized people there, too. And these are the ones we pattern. I want you two people to stand up and take a bow to show you how women dress and how my wife
sure,
dress
that'd be
and how women look.
Let's
because
look
the
at
sisters stand up who've been converted to our movement in America. This is where our women dress.
Can we put the lights
These are women right here. Do that look bad to you? Ain't that beautiful? And that's the way the black woman should look. That's the way she should walk around. That's the way our women look. They are sisters who were converted through the Muhammad Speaks newspaper. These are thousands and thousands and thousands of women in America. In every city, you'll see this take place in the day. You understand? They're clean. They serve God, Allah. They don't serve some English clothes designer. They serve God, and they're proud of it. And what's wrong with that? You ask what's wrong with a miniskirt? What's wrong with that?
There's nothing
what
wrong with that.
man wouldn't want his woman covered up? He can go to work knowing that she ain't somewhere flirting. Some man chasing down the street for a behind part. What's wrong with that?
There's nothing wrong with it.
Nothing.
No.
So there's something wrong with that, though, showing it all.
I don't think there's anything wrong with it.
You don't think there's wrong with it?
No, not at all.
You don't?
Not at all.
That's because you're white. That's because your nature is not righteous.
Listen, it's not because I'm white and you're black. I mean, that's nonsense.
No, your nature is not righteous.
How do you mean my nature is not righteous?
You said you don't mind your woman walking half naked.
You're making some incredible assumptions about me.
You tell me it's the truth. You're telling the world on television.
Have you got the priority on the truth?
Yes,
you know the truth more than I do?
The truth is that you don't mind your woman walking around half nude.
Sure.
You don't mind it?
No, of course not.
Well, then that means you're not righteous.
But let me put a point to you.
Half nude?
Let me put a point to you.
And you're a Christian, too?
Let me put it... No,
Christianity shouldn't be back
I'm in
there.
fact a non-believer, if it comes to that.
Oh, well, now I understand why, then. You're a non-believer. I'm sorry.
Not at all.
I'm sorry, you're a non-believer.
You can't say just
if
because
you're a non-believer in God, then I understand why you don't care about morals or nothing.
I believe in my own kind of God, like a lot of people do.
I'd like to know what you're going to do when you retire from boxing.
I think he's probably taking the last count at the moment. I'll do my best to wake him up
Just
for
sleep.
you.
That's all I'm going to do.
That's all he wants to do when he retires.
Now, when I retire from boxing, I really don't know. I want to say something right here. This might make you all think. Life is not really long. Let's say the average person 30 years old. If you're 30 years old, you are not but about 7 years old. How can I prove it? Add up all the 7, 8, 9 hours you slept for 30 years. Out of 30 years, out of all the nights, last night when you went to bed and woke up this morning, you don't remember a thing. You've been unconscious for about 8 years. If you're 30 years old, you slept about 8 years. Okay. How much traveling have you done in 30 years? From the television station to home, to another country, to another city, to school, to church. You've probably traveled 2 years of your life or spent just getting back and forth to where you're going. So there's 8 years of sleeping, 2 years of traveling. There's 30 years out of your life before you accomplish anything. How long do you sit in school? In America, we stay in school from the 12th grade from the 1st grade to 12th grade. Same here?
Yeah, virtually.
6 hours a day?
Yeah.
6 hours a day for 12 years, break it down, you sat in the classroom for 3 years without leaving. Okay, 2 years of traveling, 8 years of sleeping, 3 years of school. How many movies have you went to? How many wrestling matches? How much entertainment? How many movie theaters, live plays, baseball games? Probably 2 years of entertainment. So by the time a man, you older people know him, bear with us what I'm saying, by the time you have children, by the time you have made a way for your children, by the time you've paid for your home, you're pushing 60 years old. So life is real short. So you add up all your traveling, add up all your sleeping, add up all your school, add up all your entertainment, you've probably been half your life doing nothing. So what am I'm 35 years old. 30 more years, I'll be 65. We don't have no more influence. We can't do nothing much at 65. Your wife will tell you that. So what I'm saying, when you're 65, ain't too much more to do. So did you know I'll be 65 in 30 more years? In those 30 years, I have to sleep 9 years. I don't have 30 years of daylight. I have to travel back to America, take 6-7 miles. All my traveling, probably 4 years of traveling in the next 30 years, about 9 years of sleeping, television, movies, entertainment, about 3 years of entertainment. Out of 30 years, I might have about 16 years to be productive. So it's how we can all break individual lives down. What am I going to do in the next 16 years? What's the best thing I can do? Get ready to meet God. Owning real estate, going in business, teaching boxers, that won't get me to heaven. How many here believe there's a supreme being, believe there's a God? How many believe there's some power that made the sun, the moon, the stars? How many believe that this stuff didn't just come out here? Somebody wiser than us made it. How many believe there's a God? How many believe there's not a God? All right. Believe there's not a God. All right. If I told you who don't believe in God, if I told you that this glass sprang into existence, this glass made itself, no man made this glass, would you believe it? Would you believe I just told you this thing made itself? No. When I tell you, you wouldn't believe it, right?
No, somebody's doubting it, yeah, so I'm giving you the answer. That's
she wouldn't believe it. If I told her this television station popped into existence, it just, no man made it, you said Muhammad Ali's crazy. All right. Well, if this glass can't make itself, if I told you those clothes you have on wove themselves, nobody created them, those clothes made themselves, you wouldn't believe it. But if your clothes didn't make itself, if that glass couldn't make itself, if this building didn't make itself, then how did the moon get out there? How did the stars and Jupiter, Neptune and Mars and the sun, how did nature, how did all this come here if didn't know why is something planning to make it? So what I'm saying is, I believe we're going to be judged. Should a man like Hitler kill all the Jews and get away with it? Somebody should punish him. Maybe he get it, don't get it now, he get it when he died, in hell for eternity. So what I'm going to do when I get out of boxing is to get myself ready to meet God, because my plane might blow up. Don't planes blow up in this country sometime and crash? Don't people die every day?
Not every day.
It's a scary thing to think that I'm going to hell and to burn eternally forever. So what am I going to do? I'm explaining what you asked me a question. You ask me questions I can't just answer like that. When I get out of boxing or when I'm through, I'm going to do all I can to help people. That's why I'm here with Johnny Walker. Here's a poor man, came all the way to America. There's a bunch of boys need some money, and somebody is calling me to help them. God is watching me. God don't praise me because I beat Joe Frazier. God don't give nothing about Joe Frazier. God don't care nothing about England or America as far as your wealth. That's all he is. He wants to know, how do we treat each other? How do we help each other? So I'm going to dedicate my life to using my name and popularity, helping charities, helping people, uniting people, bring people bumming each other because of religious beliefs. We need somebody in the world to help us make peace. So when I die, if there's a heaven, I want to see it. Because we live how long? 80 years? The odds are everybody in this room, some of you are going to be dead 20 years from now. Some of you are going to be dead 50 years from now. Some are going to be dead 30, and some are going to be dead 60, 70 years from now. We all going to die soon. And if you live to be, say, 125 years old, which we don't do, right? Let's say we live to be 250, and you can have sex for 145 of those years. you're going to come to the end after that. So we don't have it about 80 years on earth. This is a test to see where will we spend our life in heaven or hell. This is not the life now. Your real self is inside you. Your body gets old. Some of you go to look at the fridge, you don't have no teeth. Your hair is leaving you. Your bodies get tired. But your soul and your spirit never die. That's going to live forever. So your body is just housing your soul and spirit. So God is testing us on how we treat each other, how we live, to see where our real home be in heaven. So this physical stuff don't last for so long. So my car, this building is going to be here when the man who built it dead. There have been many kings and queens of England. They're all dead. After this one is gone, another one will come. So we don't stay here. We're just trustees. We don't own nothing. Even your children are not yours. If you think I'm lying, your wife is not yours. You die and come back a year later and go slip in your bedroom and see if your wife is by herself. See, you don't own your wife. You don't own I divorced my wife. You may have read about it. And my 4 children, they call another man daddy now. They don't see me no more. You don't own your children. You don't own your family. So what am I saying? The most important thing about life is what's going to happen when you die. Are you going to go to heaven or hell? And that's eternity. How long is eternity? Let's imagine. Take the Sahara Desert. There's a lot of sand on the Sahara Desert, right? And then imagine that 1 grain of sand represents 1,000 years. And when you in hell burning, when you die and go to hell, you're going to burn forever and ever, no end. How long is that? Give you an idea how long eternity is. Take the Sahara Desert, and I told you to wait 1,000 years. And every 1,000 years, I want you to pick up a grain of sand until the desert is empty. Okay, wait 1,000 years, pick up. Wait another 1,000 years before you get the next grain. Keep that up until there's no more sand in the desert. Whew. You know how long America's not but 200 years old. We got 800 more years to go before 1,000. So it just scares me to think that I'm going to die one day and go to hell. I'm on an airplane that might blow up. I'm always traveling. And to go to hell and God is going to judge my soul. The police, I might kill people. I might rob people. The authorities might not catch me. The FBI, Scotland Yard might not catch me. But when I die, somebody's watching me and keeping count. And I can't get away. And I'm going to burn forever and ever and ever. I'll go to heaven. So what am I going to do when I'm through fighting? I only have 16 years to be productive. Get myself ready to meet God and go to the best place. Does that make sense?
Thank you.
The news that is made in this book is that while everyone knows you suffer from Parkinson's syndrome, the damage to your brain has not affected your mental capacity at all. It hasn't.
I hope not.
You hope not? It has affected your movement. It has affected your speech. It has affected your facial expression, but it has not affected your mental capacity. Does it bother you when you hear people say, as they do, Muhammad Ali's punch drunk?
No. I didn't drink that much.
Does it bother you when people say,
no,
you know, you should have gotten out earlier, you're sick as a result of the punches?
Don't bother. If I did, I wouldn't come on the show.
You wouldn't come on here?
No, because I'd be worried about what you asked me.
When you look at the old pictures of the fast-talking, fast-moving...
You show me a picture of me. You show me a picture of you and myself. And we look much younger then. Things change.
Does your present condition upset you? Does it bother you?
Only a trial from Allah. God tries you in wealth, tries you in pain, tries you in failure, whatever. So I don't know what he's in store.
You view this as your trial then?
Yes.
How are you passing it?
The success,
Are you matching the trial? You up to the challenge?
I'm doing it right now. Coming on your show. Facing you.
Make it sound so hard to do.
I started not come.
Why?
Because I realized I'm not healthy like I was. I realize you'll ask questions like you're asking, but my pride would make me say no. But in the Holy Quran, it says if you got 1 ounce of pride, you can't enter paradise. So it scares me to think that I'm too proud to do the show because of my condition.
A short, jolting right to the core. Liston goes down.
The numbers and tapes can only hint at the greatness of Ali. He was an Olympic champion. He won 56 pro fights. He commanded the first $1 million purse. He won the heavyweight title a record-setting 3 times. He gave unforgettable performances from Houston to New York and Zaire to Manila. But those days, Ali claims, no longer concerned him.
See, I've conquered the world. I've had all the fame. They said the world most known man, made money, wine, women, song. And did you know 25 years is over that quick? So that tells me there's got to be a God or something better than this.
You telling me you didn't enjoy it?
I thought it did. It's only an illusion.
You think about your own death much?
5 times a day when I pray. See, this life is short. This life is a preparation for the eternal life. And people who are spiritual know what I'm talking about. So, I might die tomorrow, I might die next week. I don't know when I die.
He didn't want his star on the sidewalk. Of the 2,500 stars on the Walk of Fame, Ali's is the only one which is actually up on the wall instead of embedded into the ground. It was a matter of religious conviction for the champ because his name was Muhammad. At the time he said, quote, "I bear the name of our beloved Prophet Muhammad, and it is impossible that I allow people to trample over his name." Today, fans of Ali lined up to take pictures with the star, a tribute not just to Ali's fame, but also to his uncompromising spirit. Even in Hollywood, Muhammad Ali refused to be anyone other than himself.
اسمحوا لي قبل أن أفارق هذا المكان المقدس مكان رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم أن أكون نائبا عنكم جميعا فأطير برقية تهنئة إلى البطل المسلم محمد علي قضاي. أنا لا أهنئه بنصره على خصمه جورج فورمان، إنما أهنئه على هذا التصريح الذي أدلى به وأذاعه المعلق الرياضي في إذاعة لندن. سئل محمد علي، قال له الصحفيون بعدما انتهت الجولة: لعل أسعد لحظات عمرك هي تلك اللحظة التي انتصرت فيها على خصمك. فقال محمد علي الأمريكاني: لا، إن أسعد لحظات عمري يوم عرفت الله ودخلت دين محمد رسول الله.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم.
Before James Brown said, "I'm black and I'm proud," Muhammad Ali said, "I'm black and I'm pretty." and he dared to love black people at a time when black people had a problem loving themselves.
How do we honor Muhammad Ali? And the answer is the way to honor Muhammad Ali is to be Muhammad Ali today.
There will never be another greatest like Muhammad Ali. But we together can now embody a measure of his kindness and his compassion.
He said that the ring was Ali's path to his destiny. He said he'd be heavyweight champion of the world, and he was. 3 times. And this 4th time right here, right now.
Muhammad wants young people of every background to see his life as proof that adversity can make you stronger. It cannot rob you of the power to dream and to reach your dreams. He discovered something new, that the world really wasn't black and white at all. It was filled with many shades of rich colors, languages, and religions. And as he moved with ease around the world, the rich and powerful were drawn to him, but he was drawn to the poor and the forgotten.
God is watching me. God don't praise me because I beat Joe Frazier. God don't give a nothing about Joe Frazier. God don't care nothing about England or America as far as your wealth. It's all his. He wants to know, how do we treat each other? How do we help each other?
I told you, all of my critics, I told you all that I was the greatest of all time. I told you today, I'm still the greatest of all time. Never again defeat me. Never again say that I'm going to be defeated. Never again make me the underdog until I'm about 50 years old. Then you might get me.
When I die, somebody's watching me and keeping count, and I can't get away, and I'm gonna burn forever and ever and ever. I'll go to heaven. So what am I gonna do when I'm through fighting? I only have 16 years to be productive, get myself ready to meet God and go to the best place. Don't that make sense?
I said, I got leukemia and I lost all my hair. I'm getting this chemo. And Ollie said, I tell you what, I'm gonna beat George Foreman and you're gonna beat leukemia. The boy looked at him and said, oh, I hope you're right, Ollie.
The 6th round, he whispered in my ear after I hit him in the side, oh, you got George.
I'm gonna beat George Foreman and you're gonna beat cancer.
Trees have a purpose. What's the purpose of a cow? Okay, what's the purpose of the sun?
The sun.
Sun.
To give us light and peace.
To make things grow. So everything God makes, cows, horses, stars, ants, everything has a purpose. Now what's your purpose? You're a human being. If God made the sun have a purpose, humans have a purpose too. You haven't found your life purpose yet, have you?
Yeah.
If everybody's born for purpose, what do you think you were born for?
I was crying. I said, I'm sorry, Lord. I said, when I get big, I'll get them for you. I said, when I get big, I'll get them for you.
Come on, how you think? You know, come out there, go on. You see the thing out there.
How did the moon get out there? How did the stars and Jupiter, Neptune and Mars and the sun, how did nature, how did all this come here? Didn't know why something planet to make it. So what I'm saying is, I believe that we're going to be judged. Should a man like Hitler kill all the Jews and get away with it? Somebody should punish him. Maybe he get it, don't get it now, he get it when he died. In hell for eternity. So what I'm going to do when I get out of boxing is to get myself ready
to meet God.
I must be the greatest. I told the world. I talk to God every day. If God doesn't kill nobody, he'll get it right. That's the world.
Crazy, but we sort of thought that Daddy would just defy the odds of even death, I think.
Yeah.
You know, he just seemed to always fight through everything.
The king of the world. Hold it. You're not that pretty. I'm a bad man.